Today, we are going to understand another design pattern in distributed systems called version value design pattern, in which the motivation behind this design pattern is, let's say you have some client which is writing some key K with value V. Now another client comes, this was C1, and another client comes and it writes K comma X. Now the key K has been overridden with value X. Now another reader comes who wants to read this data and wants to read the data that was written by client C1. That is not possible up till now because we were overwriting this V with X. But what we do in version value pattern is, instead of overwriting this data, we keep appending new values with our key. For example, we will create K1 with value V, and then when the new write comes, it is going to do K2 with value X. Now what is K and 2? Now K is the key component and 2 is the version at which value V and X are written respectively. So when the reader R comes and it wants to get the value that was written by C1, it is going to read the value of K at index 1. K at index 1. And another client R2 wants to read the values that were written by client C2 at index 2 or version 2. This reader is reading the version 1 of our key K, whereas this reader is going to read version 2. This way we can ensure that even if we have simultaneous writes on our key value pairs, it is just going to append multiple versions in our database, and it is not going to block the reads that we have to do on our database, because readers, if they want to read a specific version, they can specify that version. Otherwise it is going to give the latest version that is stored with that key. They can also specify the versions that are not present in our system. For example, let's say we have, after K3 we have K5, key at version 5, and any reader comes and they want to read key at version 4. Since it is not present, it is going to give either the key that was written before it or after it. That is also possible. It is also possible, there are multiple possibilities. If you want to read a range of versions, for example, you want a reader R3 wants to read the range of versions from version 3 to, let's say, version 7. That is also possible. It is all dependent on the type of data storage engine that you have, whether it supports versioning values or not, and along with versioning values, how you can access multiple versions, how you can access single versions and all. One thing to keep in mind is, since our clients initially were writing with only key value as K, then it was appending the versions, that then it was creating new and new versions for every insertion that was happening or every updation that was happening. For example, K was updated to V, then a new version was created, version 1 was created. When K was updated with value X, version 2 was created. K was updated with 3, but with Y, version 3 was created. But for example, let's say some client C5 comes and it wants to update the version 3 of K. This is also a possibility. So then you have to ensure that you are not facing any race conditions or any problems, because there can be concurrent writes on individual versions. There can be concurrent writes on individual versions which can create problems. So you have to keep that in mind. Generally, these types of functionalities are not written by scratch from database creators or system creators. They use ready-made off-the-shelf systems like RocksDB or BoldDB to get these functionalities out of the box. That's it for version value design pattern. Thank you and have a nice day.